Hi, it's that Lavallais chick, and I have always loved fantasy. It's my favorite genre. I read the books, I watch the movies. All of my favorite TV shows right now are fantasies. It's the type of movie that I have to go see in theaters right now. And so today, I'm going to give you my top 5 fantasy films. Number 5 is The Wiz. I grew up watching this film. The music and the visuals are awesome, but what I really love about this film is how it internalized the journey for Dorothy. The lack of courage, brains, and love were her flaws instead of it being, other people's flaws. It was her flaws, and the journey taught her that she had these things inside of her all along. So it allowed her to be able to, move out, get a better job, and maybe find love. Number 4 is Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. It's the 4th film on my favorite fantasy films list, but it is my all-time favorite comic book movie. I love how as it becomes harder and harder for Peter to balance, his personal life with being Spider-Man, his powers goes on the fritz. And when he finally accepts the role of being Spider-Man, his powers come back. I remember being in the movie theater, being blown away by the fact that there was this psychological storyline in a superhero movie. Number 3 on my list is Star Wars, the original trilogy. This is another movie I grew up watching, and I think what cements its place on my list is the epic journey of Luke Skywalker. He goes from being just a kid on this random planet who ends up being a Jedi and also bringing down this evil empire. You see his journey from this little country bumpkin to Return of the Jedi. He comes back, he's mature, he's this powerful Jedi, and you really can see him someday becoming a Jedi Master. And number 2 on my list is Pan's Labyrinth. This movie introduced me to Guillermo del Toro. I really love the visual style in this film. It blurs the lines between fantasy and reality, so you couldn't tell if what was happening was real or if it was just happening in the little girl's mind. They would juxtapose her fantastic adventures with this brutal reality, so it was easy for you to believe that, this was just an escape. But at the same time, with the storytelling element and the visuals combined together, it made you really believe that maybe this could be real. And you go around and around, back and forth between, is it fantasy, is it real? I know I still haven't made up my mind. And as a matter of fact, after making this list, I really want to go and watch it again. Finally, my number 1 fantasy film of all time is another trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And it's another journey, the journey of Frodo from being this naive hobbit to this broken down ring bearer. In the first half of the Fellowship, he is spent trying to complete this little task so he can go back to the Shire. And then once he realized he has to be the ring bearer, he knows that the fate of the Shire rests upon him completing his mission. Then finally, in the end, when he finally completes his mission, basically saves the world, he goes back to the Shire, and he's so changed from his journey that he knows that he can't stay there. So it's really a great example of the tried and true 1-3-5 story act structure, where in the first act you have the main character reject the sudden change that comes into their life, and then in the second act they accept it, and it sends them on their way into the plot and whatever mission they must go on. And then finally in the third act they have to sacrifice something that they really wanted. So those are my top 5 favorite fantasy films. Do you agree with my list? Or are you screaming profanities at the screen? Let me know in the comments below. Just please try to leave out the profanities. And as always, please like and subscribe.